hell they got it looking like a damn theme park? What the hell is this? This is some real life shit. This is really crazy. Oh, are you fucking serious? Gated community? Ha ha ha, that was funny. I think it's really sick that people enjoy going to a place where people were put to death and were oppressed and dehumanized. And it's easy for a person who comes from a privileged background to feel like it's okay or interesting, but it's not. Tourism culture kind of glorifies the pain of others, and it makes them numb and somewhat naive to the reality of the prison industrial complex. It's that embedded that you feel it's okay to take a 3-year-old to a place where people were killed, raped, murdered. If people did know the history of prisons and the oppression of prisons, then I don't think people would indulge in the culture of wanting to go to a prison. I really feel sorry for them. I guess living in ignorance kind of makes people feel like things that they aren't used to are fascinating. I need a damn picket sign. I hope the prison crumbles before you get there. Reevaluate yourselves, people.
You don't throw your kid away, but sometimes people, because of the religious dogmas that they believe, they feel that their dogma is more important than their children.
Your sexuality is an immutable characteristic. It's something you're born with. You don't say, hey, I think I'll be gay. You are gay when you're born, or you're not gay.
I felt called by God both into the priesthood and to a life of integrity as a gay man.
Pray for Honorable Bahati for 3 minutes. And then after that, we are going to take another 3 minutes just to weep together for the children and the people of Africa and the rest of the world. That God will redeem us from this evil of Sodom.
You cannot separate Christianity, like in Uganda, with politics, because they're almost the same.
Deliver us from evil. Deliver us from Sodom.
There's no separation between church and state.
The important thing to remember about what's going on in Uganda is all these right-wing fundamentalists in America that have been trying so hard to pass their agenda and persecute us here, they haven't been able to. So they're exporting this agenda overseas.
Sometimes you stand up at the castle and you look down and there'd be guys sitting there, and if you were kind of interested, you kind of catch his eye and smile and stuff, and if he smiled back, then you would go down, sit next to him, ask for a cigarette, ask for a light or something, start a conversation, and go home or maybe go back in the bushes if that was convenient. A lot of times, towards the end of the month, when it was quota time, you might look down and see some guy, and he'd sit there, you look at him, he'd look at you, all of a sudden you have his hands down his crotch, and he's rubbing around and stuff, and you think, aha! And so you go run down, sitting next to him, and say, hey, what's up? And he'd say, you're under arrest for homosexual solicitation, and drag you off to jail.
Jasper Johns and Robert Rauschenberg. They had a relationship for a number of years, and a number of the paintings that we think of as iconic images of American painting are, in fact, if you will, encoded pictorial missives, letters to one another, responding to each other's art.
I saw the Jasper Johns retrospective at the Whitney in 1977, and I had never seen art like that in my life, particularly In Memory of My Feelings, which I recognized right away was an homage to my favorite Frank O'Hara poem. I felt that there was a triangulated love affair possible between me, Jasper Johns, and Frank O'Hara.